Hello, everybody. My name is Sasha with Ray of Hope, Reiki, and more. And hopefully, night event thing. I'm hoping that this is because I don't think I've ever went live from an event. I don't think I've ever posted an event. So I'm hoping that if I go into the event, that it will show up. Is it going to show up in discussions? Yes, it does. It does show up. Okay, so I am going live to show people in here and from the page how to make the Brigid doll, or how we're going to make the Brigid doll. Because some people that I have interested in doing this are not local. So they kind of wanted to know how I was going to make it and what kind of supplies they were going to need. I am not the crafty person in my relationship. Troy is actually the crafty person, and he will actually stop me from crafting and come like finish and be like, there is such a simpler way, but I think that I have made this simple enough for me that I can actually explain in a tutorial what to do. So I do have 13 of the dolls available. And I did see that there was about 20 people interested in coming to the event. So I did make a post in the event, like, if you're interested in making the doll, put your name down. If you've got 2 people that want to make the doll in your group, put your name down, just so that I can kind of get an idea if we're close to that 13 amount, and if I need to get more, or more like supplies, or if I'm good and I don't need to get more supplies. This isn't the only craft we're doing this night. I also need to make a like a half a sun with wheat coming out of it, and like I'm not worried about that one right now, but the dolls are going to be 10 each. And I think they're pretty easy. So supplies you're going to need. Some of this straw. So I actually got this one off. I got these bundles off of Temu, and they were a pretty good deal, but obviously I got them in bulk for a class. So maybe you can find them somewhere else. I went ahead and grabbed some yarn, and I got green and red for the Brigid doll. And then I have some rubber bands that you could use. You could also use like some string if you have string. And then I got a bunch of like Celtic knots, Celtic inspired charms for you guys. That you can pick out of, and I figured like 2 each and kind of dangle them off the arms is what I was kind of thinking. I like to be matchy, so obviously I would find like 2 charms that are kind of the same, but you could do something different. There's like heart ones and triangle ones. Oh, circular ones. I think Crystal with New Beginnings, she's going to be doing a Celtic knot. She's going to teach us how to do the actual Celtic knot with pipe cleaners, which I think is pretty cool. So we take our bundle of straw, we open it up, and we're going to cut it in half. And I've already done that part because I already did that part to make sure that I knew what I was doing when I made the dolls. So we have cut them in half. And there is, with the bundles that I'm using, there's one that's kind of thicker and then one that's like a little bit more wispy. And I wanted to use the thicker one for the actual doll. So now we've got this one. And I do want to say, if you have like stuff around your yard that you could use too, like maybe you have some dried herbs left over from summer, or something like lavender you can stick in here too when you tie this part of the skirt. And this was actually a little bit longer too, and like crazy wispy, like kind of like that, like this. And I already trimmed this part. So we're going to take this part and we're just going to kind of make it nice for the head. That's going to be the head of our doll. So I'm going to want to take the rubber bands now, after I make it like as perfect as I want it. And I'm going to tie it around the top. Hopefully I can download this so I can put it on YouTube. I don't know if you could do that from events, but so now that's the head of my doll. And you can't do the rest of the part because now you got to make the arms. And I kind of didn't like how thick my arms looked, so I think I might take a little bit out of this. My little son, he was like, there is stuff all over the floor, you need to sweep. I was like, don't call me out. I'm trying to figure out how to do this doll. Okay, now this is going to be the hands. So I'm just going to tie another rubber band right there. You could use string, whatever it is that you want to use, and just kind of gauge how long you want her arms to be. So that I think is good. And then I'm going to take another rubber band and tie it around this side. So now we've got her arms. And then you're going to find the middle part of this, your doll, kind of spread it open. Hello, hello, Miss Penny. I don't know if I have anyone else watching, but hello. We've cut our straw in half, and then we've tied a rubber band at the top on the thicker half to make the actual doll. And then we took the other side and we tied rubber bands on either side to make her arms. And now we're splitting it in half, and we're going to take it up as far as we can for the arms. And you can always make the arms shorter, longer, however you want to do it. And now I've got that, and I'm going to take another rubber band. And this is for the Imbolc doll, the straw doll, the Brigid doll, whatever you want to call it. But we're trying to learn about the Wheel of the Year this year and really get back to our roots and like old traditions. Like old farm girls even would make these kind of dolls and stuff. But we're trying to ask for fertility, abundance. These dolls were supposed to ward off evil and help bring back springtime. So now we've got that. So we've used 4 rubber bands and a bundle of straw. Like, this is not that hard, you guys. This is not that hard. And then I cut my skirt already because there was like a lot of stragglers, and you can cut some stragglers over here. Like her arm looks a little weird on this side. You could cut that. You could also make her arms less long if you didn't want them to be super long. I might do that on craft night, make it a little shorter. But I've already trimmed up her skirt. And then this is when I put this rubber band here, if you had like lavender or little other herbs or something that you wanted to add into her skirt, you would put those on there and then tie the rubber band so that it could stay on. So look at how cute she looks already. I love it. Just an easy craft, easy craft. And then what I did is I took like some of this green. These are my kitchen scissors, don't judge me. We're in the kitchen. My dishwasher's going like it's mom life. And then so I took from the front and I kind of crossed it, and then I'm going to tie a knot right there on the back so that you won't be able to see it. And I have plenty of yarn. I can get out different colors too if people didn't want to do like a green. But the colors for Imbolc are like green, red, orange, yellow. Okay, I've tied a knot on the back, and then I'm just going to I want to kind of create her a bodice. So I'm just going to go around a couple times, and then I'll probably go around this way a couple times, and then tie it again on the back. So she's got like a little bodice or something, if you want to do something like that. And then I took the red and I just like kind of measured like this and went down, down, down to kind of make, and then took a part of it and like tied it, and then we could like hot glue this on if you wanted to have hair, like the red hair like Brigid, or you could just leave it plain. You could bring your own supplies to like glue onto here if you wanted to do something else that way. And then what the charms are for is you take the charms and then you take a little piece of the yarn and then you can tie it around her arms and have it on there like that. So then she's got little charms. But you can deck this out in any way that you want, and then you put it on your prayer table for Imbolc, which starts February 1st. Hello, Miss Amanda. So this is not a hard craft, you guys, and these are going to be for 10. And you could find these supplies anywhere around you. Like I got a lot of this stuff from the dollar store, from Temu, from Amazon, like the charms and stuff. Hello, hello. So you basically take the straw bundle that you get, you cut it in half. For those that are just hopping on, you cut it in half. And then you start with the head and you tie a rubber band. And then you make the arms and you tie rubber bands on either side. You shove her arms in between the middle of this and push it all the way up. And then you tie a rubber band here. And then you could add herbs and stuff into her skirt if you wanted. Trim up her skirt, make it look pretty. Trim up her hand, make it look a little bit better. And then you can add like yarn decor around here. You could take some yarn and we can glue it and make her some hair. And then I do have charms for like putting on her arms, which I think is super cool. So that is the tutorial for those of you that are not in my area. All Sam, Penny, Amanda, none of you are in my area, so you can't come. I know you'd be here if you could. But these are fun dolls that you can make, and they use them to help protect their family during this time. Like it was a prayer for abundance to come into their life. It was a prayer to protect them from any negativity. Sometimes after Imbolc, they would burn them. They would float them down the rivers. So you could keep this. You have to set your intention of why you're making yours, right? Everything's about intention. You can't just do something and not set the intention. So what is the intention that you're making your Imbolc doll for? Is it for prosperity and abundance? Is it for you to be able to heal your family better? Is it for you to protect them from colds, flus, all those kinds of things? But I look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday. It starts at 4. It goes till 6. So pop in. We're going to do it in my garage because last time we tried to do it in the crystal room and it was way too crammed. And we'll have a bunch of tables out and different crafts. So this is one of the crafts that we're going to do. I'm going to try to figure out how to do the sun one. And then Crystal is going to be teaching you guys how to do the Celtic knot with the pipe cleaners, because that one seemed like math to me and I could not figure out how to do it. I was not doing that. And Troy's going to help me in cutting the circles that I got for making the wheat suns. So I love you guys. I hope you have a good day. I look forward to seeing you all at the craft. Make sure to sign up for the doll if you're coming for the doll, just so I kind of get an idea of if I need to get more supplies before Saturday. And I will have some like snacks, and I'm gonna do hot chocolate because milk is one of the things that is like celebratory for Imbolc, and maybe I'll make you guys some bread and some homemade butter. Bye, you guys. Have a good day.